Welcome. This video will be a bit different from my normal content. This video is addressed to Nathan Oakley, his panel, and his followers. As I said in the beginning, this video is addressed to Nathan Oakley and his gang at the live show, 10th Man, Brian's Logic, and so on, and his audience. This is not a scripted video. I will talk and perhaps sometimes stumble. I will edit away mistakes, but otherwise I will go on. The reason for this video is when I make a video about Nathan, I get a lot of comments from Nathan's followers, often on Discord, some in the comments section, and I also received emails. They call me a coward, that I should go to Nathan's channel and debate him, and so on. So if we start with the debate part. First of all, I'm not native English speaking. I'm Swedish. I speak fluent Swedish and Norwegian, and I also speak German and English. As you all can hear, I'm not fluent in English. So debating an Englishman on a technical subject wouldn't be so great for me to do live, because I often have to wonder what is the correct word for this, what is the term, and so on. The other reason is there are nothing to discuss with Nathan. I will come back to that later in this video. And the third one is Nathan's behavior in debates. When some Globers visit his channel, he behaves like an asshole. He are rude, he interrupt them, and he use his mute button. So my questions to Nathan is, how would you feel if someone behaved like this to you? Oh, sorry, some have done that. Let's look at that.
If the flat Earth model is to actually work, the contradiction I'm pointing out is that the sun would have to change angular size throughout the day, and what I have observed, it doesn't change angular size, not even one little bit. And anytime we see change in the size, we can ascribe that to glare and the way light operates with the human eye and everything else. But if you take those solar filtered camera lenses and you track it, and you track it for days and days.
I got it the first time. I got it the first time. I'm not deaf.
I'm just about finished.
Let him finish repeating it. 4, I heard it the first time.
5. That's 6 times you interrupted.
Doesn't matter what I'm saying.
Dave, go ahead and finish.
Shut up.
Second time I've heard
it. And then
I heard it the first time.
So I'm gonna mute him.
Right, but we are talking to an audience as well.
Yeah, we're not.
So
exactly.
we're trying.
I'm gonna get muted because I've already addressed it. And he's rinsed and repeated and gone through the motions of saying the exact same thing again. And because he doesn't like me giving the same objection to the same repetition of the same thing, I get muted. So when I'm asked why I have my own show, for my own audience that can hear me speaking because I'm not in control of my own show, yeah, I can still talk to you as an audience and say, what a wanker. You don't like me objecting to you repeating the same thing I've already overcome? You haven't acknowledged my refutation of it? Just going to be completely ignored? Yeah, that's all right. Stick me on mute. That's why I've got my own show.
And as you all did see and hear, Nathan didn't like that they used the mute button. But I looked at more of that debate, and they wasn't rude with him. They didn't scream at him, and so on. They reacted when Nathan behaved like Nathan and talked over the one talking. And then they choose to mute him. So, Nathan don't debate on other channels because he don't have a mute button. And he proved himself in this video. Oh dear. Another reason to not debate is that I'm not an expert in every part of debate between globe and flat earth. But when I do videos, I can look things up so I get the facts straight. One example is Coriolis effect. I know what it is, I basically know how it works, but I don't know it in detail. But I know it's true because I trust science and I trust wise people that have explained how it works. So I wouldn't debate flat earth because I don't know everything in detail, but some things I know very, very well. For example, Nathan's favorite topic, navigation. As I said many times before, I'm an officer in the Swedish Navy. I'm in charge of navigating crazy expensive warships. My line of work is to defend Sweden, but also you, Nathan. We are soon in NATO, and before we applied for NATO memberships, we cooperated with UK, we trained together, and we promised to take care of each other in case of war. So, my skills can save your ass, Nathan. So, what's wrong with Nathan's beliefs in navigation? First of all, Nathan have obviously no training in navigation and absolutely none experience. And the same goes for 10th Man, Brian's Logic and the rest. The funny part is some Nathan fanboys are making their own videos on their own channels based on what they heard on Nathan's show. That's hilarious. If you take the different parts of navigation, it all started when Nathan thought that he had debunked the R value with the black swan. These have been debunked so many times, this statement. And Nathan, why isn't this observation repeatable if the Earth is flat? Can you explain that? Of course not. And when it got popular to try to understand sextants and astronomical navigation, Nathan tried to use the R value as proof that you can't navigate using stars and so on a globe. It's a flat Earth measurement. That's not true. If you look at literature, it's clear that celestial navigation is based on a globe. And if you look at all the tables for the locations of the stars and everything, it's based on a globe. And Nathan have never used a sextant. I'm trained in using sextants. I've used sextants, so I know what I'm talking about. So it's complete bullshit. The latest video I made about Nathan was his misunderstanding about circle navigation. Circle navigation are done because the Mercator map we often use at sea is a map projection, and therefore a straight line on the chart is not a straight line in reality. If the Earth was flat, why would we use map projection that distort the reality? Explain that, Nathan. Because if the globe wasn't real, if it was flat, we wouldn't need any map projections at all, and we wouldn't need circle navigating. So, what's your reply on that, Nathan? It's a fact that all equipment in the wheelhouse on a ship, all navigation equipment is based on a globe. If you look at radar have a horizon and you can calculate where it is using your beloved R value. If to get an example for this, if you have a radar antenna, you move it higher, you will see further. Makes no sense on a flat earth, make all sense on a globe. And our radio systems, for instance YHF, shorter wavelength, it have a horizon. And wait for it, you can calculate where it is using R. Our charts used on ships today, we have our charts in computers, but we still have paper charts, globe charts, map projections based on a globe. And when we navigate close to the coasts, we often use lighthouses as points that we are used to navigate. And one thing with lighthouses, the light source in a lighthouse, in the charts you have a number that tells us how far can you see this lighthouse. And this information is nothing that someone have measured it to be, the distance that you can see the lighthouse. It's based on calculations using, you guessed it, a R value. Everything with navigation is based on a globe. Prove me wrong on that, Nathan. And on a warship like the ones I work on, we have anti-ship missiles and so on. Those are using the horizon. They use the horizon. When we shoot the missile, it goes very close to the surface of the sea to hide from the enemy ships, so it don't get spotted so early because of the horizon. In the Falklands War, England lost a ship, HMS Sheffield, because of the horizon. The Argentinian Air Force used the horizon in the attack. This is well documented, it's a well documented fact. And still today we in the military uses the horizon as cover. And another thing about the horizon, to see further, we use AVAC planes because, for instance, on a ship you had to have a limit how far you can see on a radar. But if we have a AVAC, a radar plane, all the way up there, high up. And in military use today, we are sharing information between units, between ships, between planes and ships and so on. So on a ship we could see the radar image from the AVAC plane, and so it would help us see further. I could make this list very, very long. All that I said in this video collaborate with science, it's well-known facts, it's testable, it's repeatable, it's the truth. And none of what I said here have been debunked by Nathan or any other of those flat earth fools. So why would I debate a man sitting in his sofa in his living room, believing he's some kind of celebrity and knowing it all? It's no point, because Nathan's tactics today is he knows that if he claims this is the flat earth model, he will be debunked. So nowadays Nathan's focus is on his silly attempts to debunk the globe, and he clearly states that he don't claim a flat earth model.
If the flat earth model is to actually work, the contradiction I'm pointing out is that the contradiction I'm pointing out is that the contradiction I'm pointing out is that the...
Why not, Nathan? So show us a model, then we can have a debate. Show us a working flat earth map that can be used for navigating. Otherwise, explain to me, why is there not any flat earth map out there? Okay, this was my statement to Nathan. Once again, a big thank you for all of you that helping Ukraine. Yesterday, as I thought, one more drone arrived and I sent it this morning to Ukraine. If you want to help me help Ukraine with drones, please use PayPal, because then YouTube don't take a share of the money. This was a bit different video. I thought it was the fastest way to give a reply to Nathan and his friends. Yesterday I commented on Nathan's channel and I got the reply from Nathan, a long reply, and the content was word salad, a lot of nonsense, and it's his normal tactics. I don't use terms like different fallacies and so on. I'm talking about provable facts, reality. I don't accuse Nathan for any fallacies or so, because I have no interest in learning what different fallacies is. In simple, lame terms, Nathan, you are either a liar or a big fool. What is it? Hope you like this video. Hope to see you soon. Bye.